morning show.
From Monday to Friday.
And sometimes on Saturday.
Why would you say that in front of all these people?
You never know what's gonna happen.
Carmen!
Cortez.
Good morning, everybody.
What's outside your weather door?
Good morning.
Uppie.
Happy everybody.
Cause I'm easy. Oh, I'm easy like Sunday morning. Whoa. It's not Sunday morning, but it is Wednesday. Welcome, everyone, to a new day. We got some coffee, so you know who's here. Dean 2.0. So we're having a fun morning this morning. I don't have my laptop, so I literally can't see any of the chat. I'll be right back. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. I don't know where you would go, but don't go there. All right, back. All right, here we go. I got my laptop. Now we can start to see how everyone's day is going. Welcome. You guys are probably saying like good morning. You might be saying, whoa, tone it down, Dean. Or some of you are saying good morning, Dean 2.0. Something along those lines. I feel like it's like a usual morning. All right, just got to pull up our thing, pull up the chat. But good morning. Good to see everyone. All right, there we go. The chat. And there it is. All right, now I can see everything. Good morning. How we doing? Miss you, Dean. Good morning from South Florida. Are you ready for weekend of snow? Are we getting snow this weekend? I don't have where's my phone? I forgot everything today. I just let you outside. You can't go outside. All right. Let's see. Weekend of snow. It is. Oh yeah, Saturday says there's going to be a lot of snow. Honestly, it might be fun. Well, we have My Name Is Not Mom this weekend. Up in, Red Bank, New Jersey, I think. We're actually all over the place this weekend. We're in Red Bank. My Name Is Not Mom is then headed to somewhere in, I think we're headed to Lancaster. I don't know if I have that right. There's and then we're going to Pittsburgh. All in this weekend. It's a whole thing. So if you are around and you want to come see us this weekend, come check out My Name Is Not Mom, and you can see Tiffany, and you can see Meredith and the whole gang. Buy tickets here. Let me see. I want to get these dates right. All right, we are in Red Bank on Friday night, and then we are in Reading, Pennsylvania on Saturday, and then on Sunday we are in Pittsburgh. And by we, I mean my mom. So, hope to meet you in Pittsburgh. Yeah. I don't know if I'll be at the Pittsburgh one, but I think I might come to the Red Bank, New Jersey. I'll see you in Pittsburgh. I'm so sorry. They'll see you in Pittsburgh. You going to travel this time? I think I'm just going to go to the New Jersey show because it's close. I know. Hopefully the snow doesn't mess anything up. Cross your fingers. Good morning from Connecticut. Gabriella says, hi, Dean. Oh, hello, Gabriella. Reading is pronounced Reading. Oh. Well, then why does it say... I can't. The English language is tripping me up. There's reading. It looks like reading, but I guess it could be Reading. I guess it could be if you wanted it to. But yeah, Red Bank, have dinner at Buenos Aires. I know, I've never been to Red Bank. I thought it would be up near like because I knew it was in North Jersey, so I was like, oh, it's near New York, but like it's like off to the right. So I was like, oh yeah, we're still a little too far. That's English for you. That's true. Happy Hump Day. I know, we're in the middle of the week. I had school yesterday on campus for the first time. And it was funny. So Temple was online for the first 2 weeks. And then this week we are finally headed back to campus. But all of my teachers were like, I kind of preferred Zoom because I could see all of your, like, he's like, now I could see all your names underneath of your boxes. He's like, now I don't know who any of you are. And half of your faces are covered because of the masks. So it was funny yesterday. We did like icebreakers for real again, because like again, when you're in Zoom and you do icebreakers, you can see everyone's name. So you're like, hey, Josh. But then we had to do more icebreakers because my professor was like, I literally don't know who any of you people are. And it was interesting going into class and you find out who all the tall people are. Apparently I'm one of them. And then I found out my teacher is really short. He's got a big personality, but he's a lot shorter than I thought. But he was fun. So we had a good time yesterday. Red Bank is bougie. Oh. Are there masks with personalized names on them? Yeah, no, it's my advertising teacher. And literally we talked about that. He's like, it'd be a really good idea. He's like, masks that had your name on it, right? So we're one step ahead of you, but yeah, I was like, wouldn't that be such a good idea? Like masks with your name on it, like personalized masks, or something that looks like, one of those like my name, like the my name is not mom logo, but with your name and then it had the mask. That would be good. I don't know. Could be fun. Have to go into school subbing today. I'll catch the show on replay. Oh, Jennifer, have a good day. Hopefully you have fun with the kids. Hopefully they're not crazy. Subbing is hard. Subbing is really hard. As someone who was a student at high school, it's so now looking back, I was like, wow, we treated those subs like crap. Literally like anytime there was a sub, it was like, oh, we don't have class today. And so you guys are doing the hardest work. And I've told my mom that. I'm like, Mom, I don't think you understand, like, because my mom wants to start subbing. Like, yo, Mom, like, have you visited the teacher's lounge lately? No, I haven't been back to the library, but I'll have to go back. Just realize your name is a play on your mom's. Yeah. That, who said that? Kelly. That is literally the hardest thing of my entire life. We got COVID tested and they threw out our COVID test results because our names were so similar and they thought that the same person had gotten the test twice. So they threw out both of our COVID tests. It doesn't help at all. And anytime, like when me and my mom went to Costa Mesa for her show, they were like anytime we introduce ourselves and she's like, oh, I'm Dina and this is Dean. They're like, oh, that's funny. So I was like, yeah. So, but Dean's a good name. At least I think so. Not many people named Dean. And grandmom calls her Dean. I know. Well, and everyone in my family used to call my grandmom Dean. So you just have Dean. Like there's just too many Deans. And I am the epitome. I'm the male version of all of the Deans. But it's nice. I feel like there's like a fun namesake. I thought I might ruin it and name my son like Tim or something. My grandma would be so upset. She's like, Dean Michael, you have a duty. But I don't know. I've like thought like people have been like, oh, you're gonna name your daughter Dina? I'm like, no. No. I don't want another not my mom's great. But like, if I have a kid, I don't want another Dina. And then one day I'm gonna name her. Like, let's say I name my daughter Dina one day, right? And then she acts just like my mom. I'll be like, oh, good, great. My son is one of 7 Pauls. Oh my gosh. That must be so hard. Paul, yeah? 7 people going like, what's up? How do you do that? You know what's interesting though? My dad calls me and my mom Dean sometimes. And even my grandmom does. And my grandpa would too. Would call all of us Dean. But I think I got so used to like the tone in which he said it. Like you could differentiate who he was talking to, you know? Like if he was like, "Hey, Dean," then I knew he wasn't talking to me, but he was like, "Hey, Dean Michael." And maybe it was because of Dean Michael. But I don't know. I got really good at like hearing when I was the Dean people were referring to. All the Pauls have nicknames. Oh, see, there you go. That's fun. Yeah, I've always been like Dean Michael because that's my middle name. But yeah, that's interesting. George Foreman's kids are all George. Why? See, like, then at that point, you're not being creative. Like, come on. How many kids does George Foreman have? And he was just like, all right, George. He had a daughter, and he was like, you're George. George, also George. Like, come on. Our son is Robert the Fifth. It can be a nightmare. That's what I'm saying. Get creative. My husband is Ryan, and our son is Orion. See, that's creative. That is creative. I like that. Orion. That's Orion. That's cool. I like that. I have a friend named Ryan. I'm gonna tell him about that one. Georgia is for girl. Georgia for girl. Yeah. Robert the Fifth. We call him Cinco as a nickname. That's pretty good. Bubba Blizzard. Yeah. Did you light the candle? No, I didn't do anything yet. All right, we got the busy sign. We got the candle. And we're all set. And here I am naming my kid after an anti-hero. LOL. An anti-hero? What do you mean? Did I miss something in the chat? What is an anti-hero? I've always, like, anytime I hear in my generation, anytime I hear the word anti-hero, I think of, like, Venom. And I don't think your son's name is Venom. Like, from Spider-Man. He's known as, like, an anti-hero. But maybe that's just a nerdy thing. Deadpool's name. Oh, Ryan Reynolds. Oh, yeah. See, okay. So you were referring to, like, a Marvel. Yeah, because Deadpool is an anti-hero, too. That's pretty good. Ryan Reynolds. I get it. I get it. Deadpool, is he an anti-hero? Yeah, because he doesn't... An anti-hero is like when you don't fight for good or fight for bad, you know? You're kind of just like rocking... You're on your own path. How do you like the Book of Boba Fett? Oh my god. Okay, I need to go back. I haven't watched literally anything. I have to watch Cobra Kai. I started watching Hawkeye on Disney Plus because I hadn't finished that, and then I have to go and watch the Book of Boba Fett, and then Afterlife popped up on my Netflix, like, recommended yesterday. Have you watched Hawkeye? Yeah, that's what I'm, like, watching right now. So yeah, who's doing the coffee run today? I was in charge of the coffee run this morning, as you can tell by my peppy personality. I couldn't get into this season of Cobra Kai. No? Yeah, I haven't delved into it. So good, Hawkeye. Yeah, I have to watch it. Star Wars geek here. Yeah, I know. There's so many good shows right now. So yeah. Also, my mom is here. She landed last night. She should be on any moment. She got in really late last night. So she was like, Dean, we're gonna need coffee this morning. I was like, I got you. So I went and grabbed it. But yeah, she'll be out any minute. Word of the day. It's a fun one. Today's word of the day is bamboozle. Now, I don't even know if I need to define this word, because I feel like most people To deceive, trick, or confuse. Don't be bamboozled into saying yes to something you don't agree with. Bamboozle. It's a good word. I've been bamboozled. So yeah. Was there extra espresso in that cup? Honestly, might be. I can't wait for the Kenobi show. I know. They're really trying. They're doing like all this like, oh my gosh. Okay. If you're also a big Star Wars fan, I use that word a lot. Yeah, it's a good word. If you're also a Star Wars fan and you're into video games, then you know that the biggest, I don't know if it's out now or if it's coming out soon. I think it comes out in February. The biggest Lego Star Wars video game that's coming. I think is it called the Skywalker Saga? But I've been watching a whole bunch of videos that might be so nerdy. I don't know if you folks play any of the Lego games, but they're pretty good. Lego Star Wars. I think it's called the Complete Saga, or is it called the Skywalker Saga? But the biggest, I think it's the Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. This will be the biggest Lego Star Wars game ever, and I'm really excited. I used to play all the Lego Star Wars games as a kid, and I played all they have all the original movies, and I played those games, and then they have like the prequels, and I played those games, and now they're doing this whole thing where they're doing all of the movies in one game. So, yeah, my son will be so excited. Yeah, I feel like it's for all. I mean, definitely kids who are young now are going to enjoy it, but like for people, I know a lot of kids my age who like played those games and are like, "Oh my god, this is going to be the best thing ever." But yeah, I have a friend's Lego set. Oh, that's pretty good. Real nerdy. Thank you, Becca. Thank you. What system? I think it's literally all systems. Every single system. So yeah. I think lo-fi. Who said that? Replying to Sheila. Oh. Yeah, Lego Star Wars games are so fun. Love playing with my son. Oh, that's awesome. Just played Wordle. Got it in 2 tries today. Oh, good for you. Lego is fun for all ages. It is. Yeah, I haven't been playing Wordle. I know it's been big though still. Like I still see it on people's, stories, Instagram stories and stuff. But yeah. What else is going on in the world? What have you guys been consuming? What have you been watching? I'm ready for the Lord of the Rings new Amazon show. Oh, I didn't even know about that. I saw a post from a comedian said someone should combine all TV subscriptions and call it cable. Yeah. I feel it's interesting. We're essentially gonna have cable for it's just cable for the internet. That's essentially what it is. I do Wordle every single day. I need to get on it. How is Lady Di? She's good. She called us yesterday and she got us some food. Oh shoot. I didn't queue up an intro video. Cuz I was fixing up Ugly Monday. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Tina Blizzard.
Good morning. Oh, uppie. I'm not really ready. I told Dean, I said, you better make sure you have coffee or my iced coffee today because I'm limping. I'm limping in. Good morning. Oh, my voice. Good morning. How is everybody? Did you miss me? Oh, look at my face. Is that my face? That's my real face.
I have the Ugly Monday thing set up.
We have our first, so we missed Ugly Monday this week. So we wanted to make sure we got it in so that we have, I was starting to go through withdrawals. Thank you, Brooke. Good morning. Yeah, we could talk about my trip. But it is definitely, well, it's Ugly Wednesday for me. This is the beginning of my week. So we're going to do our Ugly Monday picture. We had, I don't know how many people, are you able to see the,
I don't know the number.
we'll have to ask Steph how many people put in for Ugly Monday. But this one seemed like a very good one to start with. So do we know his name? It might be on the picture. It's a him.
His name's Adrian.
Adrian. All right, so let's play it. This is Ugly Monday. Da da da.
I watch that.
All right, here we go. Ready? Oh, look at this. Put it in. That means somebody put it in for Adrian and was like, oh, Ugly Monday. Have I got a picture for you? That's awesome. Oh, that's funny. So Ugly Monday. I really did. You did a really nice job. It was really nice. Yes, yes. Sheila, I want to send you some good vibes today. So we'll be thinking about you. So Ugly Monday is it's Ugly Hump Day, exactly. I realized that on Mondays that it's hard for me to get myself together. I have a great weekend. Sometime around Sunday at 4:30 it starts to fall apart, and then I realize, yeah, it's a lot. Dean has been doing a great job. Let's hear it for Dean. He filled in the other day. He's been doing the intros. I know he's got all the tech stuff going. He's good.
There was supposed to be sound.
There was
When we cut to the Ugly Monday, there was no sound.
there was no sound?
No.
Oh, well, we gotta fix it. How's that gonna go?
Yeah. It's a learning process. We'll have it.
It's a learning issue, guys. We're gonna figure it out.
I didn't realize we didn't do a proper test run.
We didn't do a tech run
We
through.
kinda jumped right into it.
But yeah, snaps for Dean. Snaps for Dean. So yeah, we'll have to work on that.
Now there should be audio.
Okay, Dean fixed it. Monday's show was great, and ironically, I was listening to it from the shower, so I get it now. I get why you weirdos bring me. It wasn't in the shower with me; it was just in the bathroom, which is the only way I'm actually comfortable with it. But I did get to listen in, and it was really good. So, Let's go back to the trip. I had the best time ever on the flight out to Vegas. I don't know that it'll ever happen that way again. I was really looking forward to the trip home to get into a pod. There was no pod. I think it's a very specific airplane. 747, 757. I don't know. I don't know what the numbers are, but it was like one chair on this side, two chairs in the middle, and then one chair on the other side. And they were all pods. You guys, best day ever. I put my chair up and down 17 times. Oh, it was so fun. I was trying to fall asleep. And then I remember when I was like, who's going to use this dumb remote? Totally used the remote. Once I was laying down in the bed, I was like, I'm not going to get up and reach my arm 2 feet from here. What kind of weirdo? I know next time it's going to be a BYOB, a bring your own bacon situation. Exactly. Save the rich. Exactly. That's what I learned. I don't know about the rest of you, but that's what I learned. Oh, they're called sweets. I called the pods. I mean, it's really, I think I napped. Dean, can you open that door? I think I napped briefly, not like a hard sleep. But the pilot gets the curtains. I love that he gets the curtains.
What do you mean he gets the curtains?
Oh, you didn't watch my video? So
I watched part of it.
So like I'm in my pod, right? And even if you took the 2 seats in the middle, like it doesn't, like you'd still want to be in your pod if you were by yourself. So there's a wall you could put up. You know how, like, I'll say to fancy restaurants, and when I say that, I mean like, what's this? Like a steakhouse? Ponderosa. They sometimes, you know, like at Friendly's, like they had them before the pandemic, but when the pandemic hit, they started putting those like glass walls up, or they're like, these were just white, so you couldn't see the person. So anyway, there was a couple you could probably see in my video. At one point, she takes the partition down so she could see her husband and like give me bad eyes. But on the other side of the plane was like a single pod, so it was like single, double, single. And I'm looking around.
Oh, this is a double pod?
Yeah, those are the people in the middle because it's 1 seat, 2 seat, 1 seat. But there was a partition, so if you didn't know the other person, then you could just ignore them, you know, and put your pot up. Anyway,
Did it go up? So did it go? I didn't watch the whole video. But
What?
Did the partition go up?
no, the lady had to like jimmy it down.
Oh, okay.
You know. Anyway, but you know, I was getting a lot of rich people stuff. So now I said I do what all rich people do, and I start looking around to see if other rich people got more rich people stuff than me.
Right.
So I'm looking around, and now on the other side of the plane, there's curtains. Like you could just see there's curtains, and I was like, oh, so someone got curtains over here. I thought that was like next level, but they said it's for the pilot. This was Delta, because this plane is usually going across the Atlantic. It's and I guess it would also go to like the West Coast. But let me tell you, it's not going from like Philly to Atlanta. Let me put it that way.
Gotcha.
And they were saying that, you know, there's rules, just like our bus driver when we went on our bus trip. There's rules for only how long they're allowed to fly. So if they're going really far, then they have to nap.
Oh,
You know, like if
switch
they
out?
fly to Europe and they're flying back, they're like, well, we're only going to be able to get the first 3 hours of the return flight in, and then he's got to nap.
I see.
Whatever. I don't know what the rules are, but yeah.
That's pretty good. I like knowing
Yeah.
that they have to sleep. Makes me feel better.
Yeah, no.
Now my favorite part, I watched some of the video though. My favorite part was like, he was like, unless we're going over water, that's when you get the hot food.
That's when you get bacon.
And you were like, can we like go over like a lake?
There's got to be a lake. There's got to be a lake,
We're
and all of
definitely
a
going
sudden
over some
bacon
water.
comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't understand that at all.
That was funny.
But oh, the pod, it was so good. I was the only one talking. I was the only one talking to anybody. Those people. And listen, I had my bag. I moved in. I had nooks and crannies. I was like, let me get my snacks out, put them in here, put this here, put this. I moved in. I was like, this is my tiny house. I could live here forever. I loved it. Everybody, all the other rich people, they were like, I don't want to touch my things. So they came in with like a tiny little purse. They were like, I have my purse. I'm ready to travel. I was like, hey, where's your snacks? How you going to do this trip without snacks?
Where's your Lady Di snack?
Yeah, this pot is not big enough for Lady Di's snacks. I can tell you that right now.
I would have loved to be on the same flight, because definitely if we had gotten, like, let's say we're going on this trip together,
Oh, yeah.
you would have gotten that seat.
Yeah.
I would have been stuck. In
I'd
the
have
back.
been like, ding.
I would have loved to come and be like, hey, just want to come visit.
They won't. They won't let you
Just want to
visit.
come visit.
Nope.
Knock on your door.
I would put my partition up. I'd be like, sir, can you please have this poor person returned back
Can
to
you
coach?
have this person partitioned?
What did they give you to eat in the fancy pod? Well, he said it was nothing hot. So it was just like, I had the choice of like salmon salad. I don't know what that was, so I said no. Or I could eat the turkey out of a turkey sandwich, but all the gluten was stuck to it. So I didn't really eat anything, but I had snacks. So I was ready. You can't stop me from eating on a plane. I'm going to bring a snack. And, yeah, and then the lap belt was so confusing because I wasn't used to a lap belt on a plane. So I kept trying to lean forward, and I was like, oh, right, you trying to save me up here. Forgot. So that was weird. So yeah. No, but I did not get a pod. No, I didn't get any cocktails. I was technically on my way to work. So I have to stay sober when I do business trips. So, yeah, no. Yeah, no salmon on a flight. I was like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is in a rule book somewhere. Don't eat fish on a flight. Mm-mm. No. Yeah, no. Delta salmon salad is so good you wouldn't have been disappointed. Really? Listen, Marsha's that lady. Marsha got the full harness belt. She knows about the salmon salad, not me. So what is he doing? What is Colby doing right now? Yeah, he just standing there. It looks like he's on his way to heaven just because of the lighting. Look at him, Dean. He looks like he's like on his way to heaven because of the light. He's like, this is what I imagine. I'm like, Colby, go into the light. Go into the light.
You'll be all right.
That's weird. I would have loved to have had, if they handed me a bucket of ambrosia, I would have loved it. Yes, you can close it. He's poop surfing. Dean, did you scoop the poop? Because it'll be 2 weeks. Almost 3. Nope. Okay, right after the show.
The rest of the house.
Right. Oh my gosh. Yesterday's phone call might have been the best phone call I ever got.
What do you mean?
Well, I was sitting on the tarmac and my phone rings. And Dean says, what did you say? You said, some things are kicking off or something.
I said things are going down.
Things are going down. And I said, oh, well, what does that mean? He said, I have been doing everything around here and Brooke is not helping one bit. And I was like, what? He said, I have been letting the dogs out, getting the food together, trying to find out where Brooke is, where she's going. She doesn't communicate at all. And I was like, what? He was like, I have literally been doing all the chores plus my work at school. And I was like,
what? And I was like, and I know you can't relate to any of this. But I just wanted to let you know.
He was like, did you know that Brooke doesn't listen to anything? She doesn't listen to anything I say. I go, yeah. Yep. Yeah.
I don't even know why I bother telling you this. Because it's not like you experience this every single day.
Yeah, he does need his I do everything shirt. I do everything and nobody helps me shirt. That's a good shirt, right, Dean?
Yeah.
We don't have a men's shirt that says that for obvious reasons. Mm-hmm. It was funny. Well, Bob, so that was the first leg of my trip yesterday. And so there was a big fight. So I had to call Brooke. Everybody was calling everybody. And we settled on, please do X. I don't want to talk about it anymore. You and your brother have to work it out. Please do X. Do it now. Now, fast forward 4.5 hours, get to my next stop. And big blow up again. And at that point, I was like, I'll take care of it. And a lot of stuff went down. And now it's fine. Some people are unhappy. And that's called motherhood. Now, I am happy to say there is still some angel food cake left. I'm going to eat it.
I'm not sure if that cornbread is gluten-free.
Grandma wouldn't send it if it wasn't gluten-free. I'm not going to eat it unless she tells me, but yeah, no, it was so funny. So there was a full circle moment yesterday. Anywho, so it was a good trip, but it was the kind of Vegas trip where you never see the outside, you know? Like if you ever conference anywhere and it doesn't matter if it's Vegas or not, you're like, I'm probably not going to see the sun. It was like that. But it was lovely. May I ask why gluten-free? Are you allergic? Just curious. I have something called Sjogren's disease, which is in like the rheumatoid family. And I always felt sick. So I was tested. They were like, you're not celiac, but you could just be really gluten intolerant. I was like, I don't know what you're saying. She's like, well, just stop eating gluten for like 2 weeks. And that's when my world ended. But I did. I didn't eat gluten for 2 weeks and I felt incredible. And then I ate pizza and then I felt horrible. And then I realized that I am gluten insensitive. Maybe gluten sensitive. Maybe I'm just insensitive. But either way, I stopped. That was like 5 or 6 years ago. And you can tell if I have gluten, my whole, yeah, of course the cornbread is gluten free. My whole stomach pops out. It's crazy. How did you get diagnosed? Sjogren's is actually a very difficult disease to diagnose. In fact, if I ever go to like a new doctor or something and I say I have Sjogren's disease, their first question is, who diagnosed you? Because it's hard to diagnose accurately because it's not really looked for very often. It's usually a side dish to something else. It's like, oh, I have lupus, and then I also have Sjogren's, or I have rheumatoid arthritis, and I also have Sjogren's. I have primary Sjogren's. Oh, see, Savannah said she has it. Yeah, anybody that has a rheumatoid issue would benefit from being gluten-free. So gluten, if I had a great piece of yummy real bread, if you ever like break a piece of bread and kind of slowly pull it apart, it has like elasticity in it. That's essentially gluten. That is goodness in gluten. And but it has almost the same effect when it's in your body, that elasticity. So it is yummy, but think about it in your joints. It would be the things that kind of slow you down. And it makes it difficult on your joints. For me, and it's funny because I always thought that if you were allergic to gluten, right, because it's only my experience, and I think everybody has it, is that it would be a digestive issue. But I've met so many people, and they'll say, no, if I eat gluten, it's hard for me to breathe. Somebody else said if they had gluten, they would break out into a rash. So it's very interesting how all of those things present. So I stopped eating it, I don't know, like 5 or 6 years ago. And I don't miss it. There was a time that I missed it a lot, but you just get to the point where all I was eating was potato chips and yogurt. That's all I had left. Yeah, going gluten-free was the best thing I ever did. Yeah, and if you don't need to go gluten-free, you shouldn't. But you would know. Yeah, if I have gluten, I get migraines. Yeah, it's really really interesting how it kind of affects you. But for me, it was my stomach. So yeah. So that's why like all of our recipes that we do with my mom, the voila, they're all gluten-free. Is there a definitive test for a gluten allergy? No. It's they'll always test you for celiac first. There is no gluten in bourbon. That's why I drink it. It's really a diagnosis of exclusion. That when they tell you to like kind of take out things one at a time and then slowly bring them back in and see how you do. But it had been going on for so long that I didn't really even think about it. I was positive she was going to say I was celiac. But she was like, no. And then I was like, oh, now what? And she was like, just stop eating gluten, which sounds a lot more simple than it is. And then I think I ate rice for 2 weeks. Is Lady Di gluten intolerant? I don't know. She might be, but she's like, Dina, I'm not going to eat the gluten. And then she'll have pizza. I'm like, what are you doing? But she'll also tell you that she's a vegetarian, but while she eats chicken. You'll be like, I thought you were vegetarian. I am, just not on Sundays. It's Easter. How am I going to be a vegetarian on Easter? I don't know. I don't know why you're a vegetarian. That's the whole thing. Yeah. But yeah. So it's nice. So my mom, we've been doing A lot of times we'll take like recipes that are just regular recipes and just replace them with gluten-free flours or something. Yeah, celiac, they do a biopsy and they can test it, but yeah. Oh my God, gluten-free bread in my bread maker. Oh, Marcia, it's so good. Brooke's voice was adorable. I know. My daughter has celiac, gluten-free for 12 years. Yeah, it's not a fad diet. No, there are. In fact, I think somewhere in this house, and I'm a little behind on my packages, I just found a recipe. Dean, do you know what a beignet is?
Heard of it.
Dean.
Beignet?
It's a French pastry. And in New Orleans, you go Café du Monde, and it's famous. And you just go, and it's almost like an open, it's like they're all picnic tables. There's part of Café du Monde that is inside, but then there's a whole bunch of picnic tables outside. And it's all they do is, I'm sure they sell other things. I only eat beignets. They're like donuts, and they're the best thing in the whole world. And when you go to New Orleans and you eat them, they're the greatest thing ever. And like we would go, like we had shows there. Carolyn and I were there for almost 2 weeks. After every show, we'd go get beignets, and we would be there at like midnight. And there'd be all of a sudden there'd be like a wedding party coming in. And you're like, you see, they're like, yeah, get beignets. That's so awesome. Anyway, I think right over there in that bag is a mix for gluten-free beignets. Ding, you make them. Oh, it's so good. So I found that online. So, there's not there's foods that I miss. I haven't had a good donut in forever. Yeah, so she knows that they're gluten-free. Oh, that's nice. So yeah, so
What I
now
will say
tell
is,
me.
Gluten-free really restricts your life on what you can eat, right? Like, you can't eat a lot of things, right? Because a lot of things have gluten in
But
it.
you're not gluten-free.
No. Yeah, yes, I am.
You're not.
I am, because
not.
if you're gluten-free, that means everybody is gluten-free. But what I will say is gluten-free chocolate chip cookies, and it's only the certain brand, that one brand. I don't know, all the other kind of cookies kind of suck, but there's this one brand of chocolate chip cookies that are gluten-free that are way better than any other chocolate chip cookie that I've ever had.
Okay.
Do you remember what that brand is?
I know what brand it is.
What is it called?
And it will remain a secret, so you always have to come to my house and eat them.
But they're really good.
That's what moms do.
Hey, oh
Eventually-
yes, that's what it is. They already know. They already know.
No, it's not that one.
Yes, it is.
No,
that
it's
one.
not.
I know it's
Tate's
that
is
one.
over there. There's
Yeah.
Tate's over there. Those aren't the best ones.
This is what I'm talking about.
No, it's not.
Tate's.
Mm-mm.
I was talking about Tate's.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
It's
not that one.
In that it's in that packaging where the thing folds over.
No.
Yeah,
You're
that's
talking about the ones I made in the oven. The chocolate chip ones.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I'm talking about Tate's. Are you talking about the ones?
I thought it was the ones that I made. Oh, drinking the dogs.
Oh, Ruby.
Oh. I miss my babies. I miss them.
Still going.
Look at the babies. Oh my, have you fed her?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Ruby. Right back to bed.
Yeah, you okay? You all right, Mom? Did you give Lulu her medicine?
Oh no, not yet.
So I came in around midnight last night. Yeah, let's do medicines. And these dogs lost their minds. They were so excited. Mm-hmm. How do we find the chapter for our areas? If you go to onefunnymotherstore.com, and there'll be a button at the top, and it'll say chapters, OFM chapters. Did the other boxer get rehomed? I know there were some pack issues here. Are you talking about Winston, who we loved and we would have kept in our pockets forever? This is not your. Oh, look at this, Dean. Dean, come take a picture. Hurry up. Ruby's lips are. Oh gosh.
What?
Ruby's lips were stuck in her mouth every once in a while. So Ruby has the worst underbite. So her teeth really go. And every once in a while, her top lip gets stuck like that. And you see it. I'm sorry, you're beautiful. That's your medicine. That's not yours. Stop trying to eat it. Stop trying to eat it. Be good.
Yesterday I caught Ruby. She was sitting on the couch and she was I guess she was definitely sleeping, and she was having a dream, and I could see her tongue was sticking out of her mouth. Like I was like, man, she must be passed out, right? Because her tongue was like sticking out of her mouth while she was asleep. But then maybe she was having a dream where she was licking like an ice cream cone, because her tongue slowly started to come out of her mouth, and she just started licking the air. And I was like, Ruby? And then she's like, what? It was so weird. Her tongue just like slipped out, and she's just like licking the air. And I was like, that's so weird.
Oh, talking about Lulu. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she had gone. I don't know what happened. Jib was going to go get her some training. That was it. Yeah, but
Oh. Did you not hear about the training yet?
no.
Oh my gosh. So
What happened?
So our dad took Lulu to go to a trainer because she's a little like dog aggressive. Like when she sees, like, we can't take Lulu to the dog park because when she sees other animals, she just gets really excited and she freaks the other dogs out.
Excited.
Yeah, we say excited. But she freaks the other dogs out, and
Stop it.
Lulu like looks like tough, but she has like a jelly inside, you know, like she's like definitely a sweetheart, but looks tough. So you know you can't put her around a lot of other dogs because they freak the other owners out.
Okay,
Anyway, we were like, let's go get her trained, maybe just for her to get a little less.
Did she get asked to leave?
No, she went, and Dad said he brought her to this trainer's backyard, and there was another dog there, and the guy wanted to see how Lulu reacted to the other dog and to him. Dad said Lulu was the best that she had ever been. She was just like, she like walked in and real nice, and then sat up really straight. And the trainer was like, there's nothing wrong with this dog. And Dad was like, no, wait.
She's gonna turn any minute.
This is not how she acts at home.
Cujo.
Right. And she said that Dad said she interacted with the other dog there, and she was totally fine.
That's because they were in a fenced yard. If they were outside on a sidewalk, she would have lost her mind.
And she said she went up to the trainer and started wagging her butt and was like, I love you. And she said the guy was literally like, there's nothing I can really do. Your dog's perfectly trained.
She's a gaslighter.
And then she was like sitting real nice. And I was like, wow. I was like, she knew. She's like, these
She's like, I see what's up.
These big people. Yeah, she's like, these big people are trying to train me. Right. And I was like, are you kidding me, Lulu? She knew. She's
That's what I'm saying,
these
Trish.
tall people are trying to.
No, Daddy should have kept her in the car, in his car, and let the other dog come towards Daddy's car, and she would have lost her mind.
I don't know. But the guy.
Hold on. Oh, we can't even see this dog.
Never
mind.
But the guy said that you need to. Dad said a lot of times we'll have them like Lulu meet another dog, and we'll keep them on the chain, right? Because we're always scared if Lulu gets too aggressive, we can pull her back. And apparently the trainer said that's the worst thing to do. Because when
we should let Lulu eat the other dogs.
When two dogs are meeting, they're going to be in fight or flight mode. And when you act as the third party and are pulling them back, you're acting as like an opposing force. And he had all his he had like his dog speak.
Yeah.
And he said that that's the worst thing that you can do, because if you pull and the dog might think that that's coming from the other animal. And then, Lulu, that might be why Lulu was getting aggressive.
Okay, you remember what we're gonna call Christmas 21?
Well, that was Booby. That was Ruby.
Oh, no,
And that's because Ruby snapped at her.
no.
Ruby,
Mm-mm.
what are you doing?
Mm-mm.
Um,
I think we need another trainer.
but anyway, since we're on animals, I saw this really cool video.
Okay.
It was a TikTok about how monkeys deal with inequality. And now this might sound like really dumb, but I thought it was really cool.
Okay.
It was
So like I'm the mom and I have more than you, like that?
no, it was two monkeys, same breed.
Same breed.
I don't know if they came from like the same family.
Well, what kind of inequality? Like power?
So
Position?
they wanted to see if they could recognize inequality, right? So what they did was they put them in two separate pods. Yeah, I didn't want to call it like a cage. Cage sounds
It was a cage or a
good.
pod.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was two different pods, right? And they had to do a specific job in order to get a reward. So they put a rock inside of the pod, and the monkey was told to give the person the rock. And so if they gave him the rock, they would get a cucumber. So they did this 25 times over, and they gave both monkeys a cucumber, right?
Okay.
And both monkeys did it 25 times, accepted the cucumber, and they enjoyed it.
Okay.
Then they got another set of monkeys, two monkeys.
Okay.
And again, they said, hand me the rock. Instead, this time, they gave one monkey a cucumber, and they gave another one a grape.
Oh, no, you didn't.
And then... So,
This grape, she got a cucumber.
so no. It was the opposite. Apparently, grapes are a lot sweeter.
Oh,
And cucumbers are mostly water. So when the grape was given to the other monkey, right? You see when the rock is thrown back in the pod, right? And then the monkey gives him the pod, and then they hands him a cucumber. The monkey looked at the cucumber and then threw it back at the person, and was like, "Bruh, give me a grape." So then they kept doing it, and they kept giving this one a grape and this one a cucumber, and every single time the monkey would throw the cucumber back at the person. Was like, "What are you doing?" And started like doing that. It's like, "I want a grape." But it's interesting because they recognized the inequality. They were like, "Well, that one's getting a grape. I want to get a grape too." So it's just interesting.
Yeah. Oh, this is not gonna grape.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's some funny chats that we can't say, but
Yeah, I said it. Yeah, you
Bruh,
gotta
give me a
go.
grape.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me give you this I'll give you 5 cucumbers for your grape. I got them all over my cage.
yeah.
I don't want you dumb cucumber.
But it was really funny. Animals are so interesting and how they respond to different
So
things.
smart. Well, Cindy, that's what's so funny about Ruby. Ruby is the most docile dog, very nervous about everything. I mean, she knows us, and if I move too quick, she's like, "Where are you going?" Like she's just so funny. And she's very low key until there's a toy or a long, what I'll call a long range like snack. Like we have milk bones, and you can give milk bones to dogs and they will eat it, but you can't give like a rawhide because it's around too long and then it becomes like a toy. Yeah. And Ruby will go from being the most scared dog in the world to attacking you. And Lulu kind of puts up with it. Lulu, when we got her, hers was more like the incontinence and just like fight or flight. And it was mostly flight and just running. And you couldn't keep her in the house. Now she stays. But Ruby's was just fear and then food possessive and apparently toy possessive. And what we're going to call Christmas, the dog fight of Christmas 21.
Yeah.
Ruined Christmas. I mean, Christmas is already ruined, but then you add a dog fight on top of
Fight
it.
of 21.
Oh man, I yelled. And the thing is it wasn't even Lulu's fault, but because it's like the bigger kid.
Why did we put Lulu
Because
in the
she
cage?
was the bigger kid and she should have known she's not allowed to do that. She can't pin Ruby down. No. That's what happens. When you were younger, you figure you were probably 4.5 when Brooke was born, right? So there's at least 4 years between you. And so it didn't matter what Brooke did to you. You could be 7 and she was 3. And I was like, if you're mean to her, you'll be in trouble. And you're like, but she took my stuff. She's 3. Give her your stuff.
That's so hard.
It is hard.
I saw
They were both rescues, man.
this comedian of the day. He had a bit about how all the younger siblings owe the older sibling a thank you for getting bullied
Yes.
the first couple of years.
Yeah. No, it was funny because it was you, and then Jacqueline came along. So they're about 2.5 years apart. And so I made you, whatever Jacqueline wanted, you had to go along. I was like, if that's what Jacqueline wants to do, that's what you're going to do.
That's
and you
so
hated
messed
it.
up.
You hated
Yeah.
it. So then Brooke came along. And all of a sudden I was like, Jacqueline, whatever Brooke wants to do. She's like, what? I go, yeah.
She was like the monkey with the
Welcome.
grape. She was like the monkey with the grape.
I was like, listen, now there's a younger one than you. I had the same conversation with your brother. Whatever she wants to do is what we're doing. And then Brooke was freewheeling it. But then we started having somebody, maybe it was Dominic, my nephew Dominic. I was like, whatever Dominic wants to do. She's like, what? I was like, welcome. Welcome to being an only child.
Yeah.
This is it. Now we have to do whatever the baby wants to do. It was a lot for Brooke because she didn't learn the lesson for years because there was no baby right after her. But it was when Dominic started coming up, I was like, whatever Dominic wants to do is what we're doing. She's like, that's ridiculous. Yeah. No, there is a great picture of the 2 dogs. Do you know the 2 dogs? There's 2 dogs. They're dressed.
Our dogs?
No, it's just like a meme. There's these 2 dogs and they were on a couch. And the one dog was real cute, had a hat on and a little outfit. And then there was a crazy looking dog next to it with a crazy hat on. And it said, you can go out tonight, but you have to take your sister. And the first dog was trying to look so cool. I was clearly not happy about it. And there's a crazy looking dog like that. And you just every time you were a teenager and mom's like, you can go, but you have to take your sister with you. And but so like real happy in the back. Ah, it's so funny. It's so funny.
Oh my god. Have you seen all of the photoshopped stuff?
Oh my gosh, it's so
You guys
funny.
are like Photoshop crazy.
I know, I love it.
There's so many fun. And a lot of the times they get pictures. I'm like, where did they get that picture from?
Oh no, it's so funny.
But
It's
so good.
awesome. Yeah, there's a lot happening for sure. So yeah, oh, that's so funny. Yeah, you haven't really had that moment like where did you? Where I was like, you can go, but you have to take your sister.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, anytime like especially oh yeah. When I had to go to an open mic one night in the city, and my mom was like, you have to take your sister. And I was like, it's an open mic. I was like, why would I have to take Jacqueline? She's like, you're gonna take your sister and her friends. So we strolled up to the open mic with me and Jacqueline and her friends, and Jacqueline was like, I'm gonna sign up. I was like, you don't even, I was like, if you want, I was like, all right, whatever, right? Didn't think much of it. And I guess the people saw that our names were similar, and so they put Jacqueline right after me. So I went up to the open mic and bombed, and then Jacqueline went up and just did jokes about how I bombed. And then the host was like, did you just come here to roast your brother? And she was like, yeah. And it was the worst night of my life.
Oh, so you did.
So now every time Jacqueline is like, ooh, can I go to an open mic with you? I'm like, no.
That's so funny. That's a good story.
But
that.
the thing is, if I were to go after Jacqueline
No.
and just start roasting Jacqueline,
No,
it would be
she
wrong.
would cry.
It would be wrong.
She would cry.
But
That
because,
would be wrong.
but because I'm the old, that's what I'm saying is the younger siblings owe me a thank you because I'm the punching bag of the family.
Oh, it's so funny. I'm trying to think, has Jacqueline ever had to take Brooke with her? I'm sure she has
I'm
a
sure
story.
somewhere.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's the best. That's the best. And you'd be like, I'm not going to take her with you. Like, yeah, take your sister. Yeah. That's so funny. So funny. Oh gosh, you guys. Good times. Good times. So I got to check in with Di. See how she's doing. She got the bum knee. She says, Dean, I think it's all this AARP stuff I'm doing. I said, from your chair? Yeah. I've been doing all these exercises from my chair. Hurt my knee. I go, that's what?
Did you see the AARP Photoshop thing that was put in? Oh, that one's so. Let me see if I can find it. That one's really good.
And they pay me not to say what they did. Kendra. So my mom used to pay my younger sister and I $1 to sit downstairs with my older sister and her boyfriends while they watched TV. And so my grandma would be like,
A whole dollar?
oh yeah, we got paid $1 each. And so she'd be like, go downstairs, here's $1 and here's $1 for you. Go downstairs and just sit with your sister and the boyfriend while they watch TV. And I was like, but I don't like this show. She goes, I'm gonna give you $1. I don't care what's on the show.
Here's another $1.
You're going to sit down there. And so Nicole would be on one side. I would be on the other. We'd just sitting there rocking in our chairs. And Michelle would be, I'd be like, hi, what's your name? What are you doing? What are you, like my sister? Like that. It's so annoying. And then finally my sister was like, can you guys just get away from us? I'm like, nope. Mom gave us $1 each to sit down here with you. She's like, I'll give you $2. I was like, no. The extra $1 is just for the joy I'm getting from annoying you. I don't want your $1. I've already got, because $1, that was enough to get some Mr. Softy, as you talk about. This was 70s. No, it would have been the 80s.
Look at this.
They look amazing. Yeah. What's the age difference between you and your sisters? My older sister was 2 years older, and my younger sister is 1 year younger. So it's only about 4 years total between us. So yeah, that's funny. Funny stuff.
Do you remember there's a really funny I need to go back and see if I found the video. But there was a really funny video. I was when I was dating this girl a long time ago. And do you remember there's this video of me and this girl hanging out downstairs, and there's this video of Dominic sitting and playing video games, and
I'd probably paid him.
And this girl shot this video and was like, when you just want to hang out with your boyfriend, and it was me, and I was banging my head up against the wall, and it pans over to Dominic, and he's playing Fortnite, and he's like, look!
I did. Really, I was like, Dominic, this is your moment. Here's $1. Go downstairs. Don't leave Dean and his girlfriend. He was like, got it, Dean. Because the numbers don't inflate even from the 80s. You give a kid $1. I'm like, I'm in.
Yeah, there's no...
Yeah, they can't get anything for $1, but he's like, I'm in. Did your kids ever have sibling rivalry? I have 2 teen boys. Not really. Dean and Jacqueline they're all 2 years apart. So I don't know, maybe the girls when they were both in high school. But for the most part, they got along, and I think they get along even better now because Jacqueline's away and they're kind of getting older. So no, they stay together. They're pretty good about that. They kind of stick together, and so that's nice. My sister's 9, but I always did stuff with her. I used to say I started to babysit when I was 6.5 years younger. Was so pissed. Yeah. Did you film your plane ride home? No, it was super boring. No, and at one point, so I sat down for my flight home, and there was a nice lady sitting next to me, and I'm kind of getting settled in, and I can see her talking to somebody through the chair behind me, who this lady was essentially sitting in the window seat, same side. And so I said, is your friend behind us? And she was like, I said, does she want to switch seats? Because do you want to sit next to her? Because I'll just go sit back there. It's fine. And she was like, would you mind? I was like, no. I said, I always ask people, like, if I'm flying with Dean and I can't get a seat next to each other, like, I'll be like, do you mind if we, you know? She's like, would be so lovely. And I said, sure. So I get up, and it's an older woman. And, you know, she comes up to sit with, maybe it's her daughter, maybe it was her girlfriend. I don't know. And I go back and sit in her chair. Fine. So all of a sudden, the ruckus starts. Now, when it comes to airplanes, I don't know about any of you, but in my mind, the last thing I want to do is be on somebody's iPhone in some kind of viral something of something that went down on a plane. You know what I'm talking about? Because stuff that happens on planes now is so crazy. In fact, Dean, I was in first class, but this is all happening in first class. No. And so the crazy thing is, Dean, is I shot the video of me in my pod on the way out there, right? Maybe 2 hours later, there was an article that came out, and it says irate customer ejected from Delta flight for mooning the flight staff. And somebody was like, oh my gosh, has anybody heard from Dina? I was just like, this is what I'm saying. I don't want to be in any kind of flight situation. I'm going to back out.
You know,
I will not moon anybody. I'm not going to open the hatch and take the little boat ride. I'm not doing it.
that's like when, remember when that lady got drunk in the Walmart parking lot and everyone thought it was you? Remember? I think she put wine in a Pringles can.
Yes, and then she got on the little cart and drove it around the parking lot.
And everyone was,
yes.
guys,
where's Dina?
Where is Dina?
Yes. So it was just ironic that I had taken this flight, and then 2 hours later, somebody got booted off a flight for mooning.
You should just take credit for all of the crazy things that other people
what happens on Delta stays on Delta. Exactly. So now I switched seats with this lady. It was fine. All of a sudden, this guy gets on, and he's causing a ruckus. And I thought, now, you know, I'm normally in coach, and there's always a ruckus in coach. Somebody looks at somebody twisted, and all of a sudden you're like, and then I look out the window. I don't want nothing to do with nothing. This is me out the window. I didn't think they fought in first class. Oh, but they do. So now the lady comes over, the stewardess comes over, and she was like, wait a minute. Are you in your correct seat? And she's asking the lady in front of me. And she's like, no. And I said, no, that's my seat. She goes, what are you doing back there? But she's a little bit nicer than they are in coach. Like, she's not really like yelling at me. She's like, what are you doing back there? And I said, so these two know each other. And so I just said I would switch with them. But the reality is the seat I was in was not this lady's seat. She was on an aisle and she wasn't in the right seat. So she was like trading a seat she didn't have. So now there's a guy I'm in the guy's seat and he don't want to sit in the aisle. And I said, listen, but it took everybody a minute to figure that out. And so some people are starting to raise their voices. And I was like, listen, and she was, ma'am, can you please go back to your original seat and then we'll figure it out. Well, this lady's like 80. And I was like, it's fine. I don't need you stay there. Like, why are you going to make this old lady it was a whole thing. Okay. And then finally it turns out that if I was switching with her, I'd have to be on the aisle because this man wanted his window seat. So I said, it's fine. I'm happy to sit on the aisle. Like, here's me. I'm like, listen, I'm happy you guys are letting me into this class. All right. You know what I'm saying? I said, I'm fine. I'll sit on the aisle. And the guy was like, it's fine. I'll just sit there. Like, he's not in first class. Like, he's not going to get a hot plate of something. And they did serve hot food. It was crazy. And then so the lady came over. I go, do you want me to sit on the aisle? I'm fine to sit there. I'm happy to be here. She's like, it's not really a big deal, but you'd be surprised at what a big deal not getting the window seat might be. And I go, yeah.
To get into a bunch of funny mothers, do you have to be a supporter?
Yes, that is the whole.
Okay. If you are not already a supporter and you are like, I'm not really sure if I'm getting my, money's worth, you need to look at a bunch of funny mothers because that in itself is worth all of the $4.99. There's so many, it's become just like a meme page Literally, there's just so many, and they're really good. We should host. We should do like a contest, like best, like maybe, you know, because every Monday we do Ugly Monday.
We do.
And then maybe every Wednesday we'll do like the best meme that
I think
appeared.
it's just Jody. Is it Jody that makes them?
No, there's like a whole,
No,
there's
check
a
'em.
whole group.
Check them.
But look,
I think it's all Jody. Is that her name,
this one's
Jody?
Jocelyn.
Oh, okay.
This one says everyone in first class act like you've been here before, and then it's Dina in first class, and you going like back in your seat up. It's so good. If you're in a bunch of funny mothers, but we need to have
And Bob. And Bob
Yeah,
is
and
like,
Bob.
and don't forget Bob.
we need to have like a meme contest, like
It is
and then-
Jody,
and then-
yes.
yeah.
We could do a meme of the week.
Meme of the week, because
Let's
there's
do
some
that.
really good ones in there.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. We'll do a meme of the week.
But I
New
don't
thing.
think anyone's seen, and it'll give everyone a little taste.
A little taste. That's so funny.
It's literally a meme page, and it's so good.
VN does them as well. So it might just be Jody and VN specialties. Yeah. Meme Monday. Well, we already have Ugly Monday. We'll have to do memes on a different day. There's a lot of stuff that happens on Mondays. I know. It is. They are funny and they just pop up. And my mama, Dean, did you see this one? Look at this one. This one. You at the Olympics on this one, and then she tells me all about it. She loves them. Oh, Dean, I got somebody else following me on the Twitch. How many people we got following us on Twitch now? Have you seen the videos that have chickens with human arms? I don't. What, Jackie?
No, but we will.
Jackie. Funny Fridays, somebody said.
Oh, Funny Friday. I like that.
That's so funny.
Oh, it's supposed to be 10 followers on Twitch.
Oh, look at us on the Twitch. Beth says, I can't find you on Twitch.
It's Dina Blizzard.
Photoshop Friday.
Oh, Photoshop Friday.
Oh, what a F. Photo, what a F.
No.
That's what Cher says. Photoshop Friday. It's the look. It looks good.
It's already got the alliteration. You
I
don't-
know,
you don't
but-
need to change it to an F.
That was her idea,
But
Dean.
people might be like,
They're like, Dina can't spell.
yeah.
I don't think so.
If you're looking at for us on Twitch, the handle One Funny Mother was taken already, so I had to use Dina Blizzard. So we're Dina Blizzard on Twitch.
Wait,
but-
what?
I couldn't get the handle One Funny Mother. I tried.
Somebody has my handle on Twitch?
I think so. I can
That's
go
not
and
a thing.
dive, but when I tried to originally get it, it wouldn't give me. One
No,
Funny
you
Mother.
need to get it.
And I tried One Funny Morning, and I couldn't get that either. So it's Dina Blizzard now.
Who is using One Funny Morning and Dina Blizzard on the Twitch? It's photo in Espanol.
Oh, that's.
Thank you, Margarita.
So it's a Spanish segment.
It was the Spanish segment. It's our international segment. Yeah, no, bro. Oh, you guys are funny. I know my jersey's about to come out. My kids always fly first class. My husband and I, nope, we're too cheap. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's nice. I had a lovely time, but like I wouldn't pay for it. I'm old. I'm not familiar with the Twitch. Me either. Yeah. Yeah, don't let me take my hoops off. No, there's another one, Katie, called Twitch. Twitch was started as a gaming platform. And Dean now believes that it's a place where we should stream this.
It's a place that will grow passively. You know, it's nothing. I think I'm more concerned about Facebook, but it's like they're, you know, if people are watching, it'll grow on its own.
It's there.
Why not?
there.
You know.
I know. Anywho,
I wouldn't follow all three because you might get notifications for all three
and then your head would explode.
if you're following. It.
Oh, today's word of the day, Dean.
I know. I already told him.
Bamboozled. To deceive, trick, or confuse. I've been bamboozled. Did you get a good response for your conference? Was it comedy based? It was not comedy based. It's a tech conference. So yeah, sometimes I host conferences, and I'm usually kind of brought in to be the levity in between some topics that can sometimes be heavy or mergers or whatever. It's when I have to actually think to do a show. But this one, as are most conferences lately, are going viral. And so it's actually pretty great because it's basically this. It's basically Facebook Live now. So it was great. I had a lovely time. We were at Mandalay Bay, and I've never stayed there before. It was nice. It's just so big. I think that the hardest part about conferencing, and again, if you conference, you know this, is the walking. Just from you're like, let me just go down to the convention center. It's like a 20-minute walk. I'm like, Vegas is just, it's a lot. But you're up at 5:30 in the morning with nothing to do. Yeah. It just didn't feel right not drinking on Tuesday. I know. It's weird. I was like, let's do Tipsy Tuesday. So we'll probably do it tonight. I didn't know you were doing a conference that serious. Yeah, no, I had to use my serious face. I had to like wear real pants. It's weird. It's really weird. Yeah. Just had to see her back and everything's good. It is good. So it's nice. It's nice every once in a while to kind of go and see people that have real jobs. See what that's like. Corporate America is just so different than what we do. But I was able at this conference to work with so many women executives, which was great. I enjoyed it a lot. I usually tend to be with a lot of men, which is fine, and they're lovely. But it was really great. Of the eight of us that were on the stage, there were 7 women, which is very unusual. So it was great. I had a wonderful time. I washed my hair. So that was good. And now it's good to be back. So what are real pants these days? I know I got the greatest pants from White House Black Market the other day. Oh, I love them. They're black and they're awesome. So I enjoyed them. So yeah, I was thinking about that. I've not heard anything about my substitute teacher application. So I'm maybe they found out about my history when they did my background check. I don't know.
Did you ever make a Twitch account?
Maybe.
Because this is the page, but it has our logo.
Maybe you did. I was gonna say, why would somebody have?
Messaged me and was like,
So did you do a show? No, I didn't do a show. No, this is like the really like hosting. So yeah, no, I guess it would harken back. I used to host shows when I first started before stand up. Dean was a baby. And I used to host a show for the March of Dimes that was all about babies, healthcare, new moms. And another one, it was on women's health. I mean, I have a degree in biology, so I have a bit of a techie, sciencey brain. I can kind of keep up with the conversations. But then it goes past me. I gotta say, the first class meals, most of them I can't eat. So I think there's part of the first class experience that I don't get, but I got a snack. Yeah. Yeah, who knows what was. It won't let me subscribe. Oh, Carrie, try it on your computer. A lot of people who have been trying to become subscribers, we thank you. That they were having a lot of problems. Usually most of those problems will go away if you subscribe on a computer. I miss, what is she still going to do this? So I'm trying to, Tommy. I don't know. To be approved by the board. Those are but didn't raise it for people who have others. Yeah, so they just put out an email in our district talking about their plans for the kids for the district. And it said in there, we are really trying to work on our substitute programs and getting some really great substitutes in. And we are raising what we're paying. And I was like, I got a raise? What? I'm trying to figure out what I got raised to. I don't know what it is. No one's reached out. But it wasn't good when we first started. And I was like, who's going to do this for this money? That's why you ain't got any substitutes. And you figure, I mean, think about, Dean, when you were in high school, how old were the substitute teachers?
Some of them, they're pretty old.
That's what I mean. They're not coming in now.
Oh wait, but I don't know if you heard. I was talking about substitute teachers before you
Okay.
came on.
Okay.
And I said that a lot of times when there's a sub, as a student, I know that anytime I walked into a class and there was a sub, I was like, oh, perfect, no class today. Like, so
That's what everybody thinks.
Well, yeah, well, that's the mindset that kids have going.
Yeah, that's my mindset. I'll be like, yeah, we're not doing anything.
Okay,
I'm gonna write this over
cool.
here. I
As
don't
long
care.
as you're on the same page.
Yeah,
I was gonna
I'm
say.
not trying to teach people.
Okay, as long as you're on the same page, because I was gonna say that's usually the mindset.
Did
that
you
kids
know that
have.
there are long-term subs?
What is that like? What do you mean?
That's what I said. I go, what are you talking about? They're like, well, that's like when somebody goes on maternity. I go, well, that seems like that would be a long time.
Oh, well, yeah.
They're like, yeah,
that's
then
true.
you're actually teaching.
No, I've heard of a long-term sub. I think I'm pretty
But
sure
Dean-
I had a long-term sub once.
But Dean, you have to think about the only requirement for this is 60 credits of
Wait, so I-
college.
I could be a
you could
long-term
be
sub?
you could be a substitute teacher.
But I don't want to be a substitute.
Nobody wants to be a substitute teacher, but at this point they need help. That's why I'm doing it. But I just think it's crazy. Like, you know, I'm like, listen, I'll come in and something, but like, don't put me in a physics class as a long term. Like, who?
Well, yeah, I don't.
I could do biology and I could do music.
If you go in as a short-term sub,
No.
can they put you in as a long-term sub?
If you want to, yeah.
well, then
And
you
it's
can-
actually pretty amazing. If you haven't thought about it, there is a system where like you log in now. It's not like they call, I mean, I'm sure they start calling people if they're desperate, but it's a pretty elaborate system. You log in and it'll show you these are the places we need substitutes. So you could say, I really only want to work with older kids, or I only really want to work with younger kids. And it'll show you everything for the day where they need people. And then you log on from there. And you can say, like I told you, like, I can only work from 9:15 on. And they're like, fine, we'll take you. Yeah, they just need warm bodies. So yeah, I'm gonna have to follow up and.
No, it's interesting. It's interesting.
What?
Well, I'm just saying, like,
You would be a great teacher. You
no,
could do
I
it.
can be okay.
You could do like Fridays once in a while.
I feel like I'm really bad at like trying to wrangle because like kids together
They
to
would
accomplish
love
something.
you. Dean, they would love you. Kids
Yeah.
love you.
Do you remember? Was it New Year's that we went to one of Brooke's friends' house and we were all masked. And remember they sent me to hang out. They sent me to hang out with all the kids.
Yes.
They sent me to hang out with all the kids, and there was like a bunch of kids that were all younger than me.
Yes.
And we were down there, and they were like, Dean, we're gonna play Cards Against Humanity. And I was like, this is a horrible idea. And they're like, and we're gonna play the dirty version with kids that were all under the age of 16. I was like, guys, this is not okay.
It literally sounded like they were downstairs going, drink, 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 drink.
And then,
we're like,
and then
what
they
is
wanted me to
happening?
read all of the dirty cards out loud, so they would hand them to me, go, Dean, 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 and I was like, I'm not reading this. It was horrible. So
Dean,
I
they
am
would
not.
love you.
I
They
am
would
not
love you.
one.
You would be great in the younger kids, like the little ones.
Yeah.
You could do
I
that.
don't know if I could do like I don't know. It would be so bad. Some kids, because there would be one kid that was like, Dean, we're all gonna dump all the trash out on the floor, and I'd be like, don't do that, and they would still do. They would get away with it.
Brooke just said, I retired from the army. It was probably the only thing that prepared me for subbing. Oh, yeah. I can yell at a kid. See, moms can be great. Like, sit down. Don't do that. What did you say? Get out. I'm just going to kick kids out. I just can't. Little kids love him, Dean, and they would love you too. My son is 22.
Like.
I know.
Oh, we gotta wrap this up.
Okay, we gotta wrap it up. I was a sub in 2nd grade. Took them outside to draw pictures of the clouds. Are you allowed to do that? I'd be like, guys, road trip. Can you just plan a field trip?
Yeah.
Guys, field trip. Grab your bags. We're heading outside.
We're going to the library again.
We're going to the Dunkin'. Everybody in a line, straight line.
Take kids off of school property.
Oh, I wish we could. Oh.
We gotta wrap this up because our crew gets paid by the hour.
That's right.
And that's me.
All right, you guys. Well, thanks for watching. As always, we are back. Yeah, we're back this week, next week. We're good. We're good for a couple weeks. We do have our shows. Don't forget this weekend. We will be, Friday, we'll be at the Count Basie Theater in Red Bank, New Jersey. Oh, it's the closest to home that we're going to be. We'll be in Reading and Pittsburgh over the weekend. If you're close by, come see the shows. We have Lafayette and Wabash coming up in a couple of weeks. If you are, going to Chipotle.
Someone said
Those are coming up.
Buenos Aires in Red Bank. Have you been to Buenos Aires?
No.
Apparently it's a food place.
Oh, okay. Well,
Red Bank.
I think they bring food in for us. I don't know where it comes from, but Count Basie is a great theater. It's one of my favorites in Jersey. So that's that. And a little crazy over the next week, but excited to be back. So thanks again for watching, Dean. As always, great job. And we'll see you guys here tomorrow morning. Thanks for watching. See ya.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed today's morning show, make sure to follow us for more One Funny Mother content.
Okay, all right. Morse code is tapping.
And check out OneFunnyMotherStore.com for great new inappropriate swag. And for more exclusive content, consider becoming a supporter.
She got a bad leg.
Thanks again, and we'll see you tomorrow on One Funny Morning.
He goes, stop, no.